So, Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey has been getting some backlash. Bit of a weird one. All he had to do was shut up, let his name do the marketing for him. But just like everyone else in Hollywood, they couldn't help themselves, could they? Let's have a look what it's all about then, shall we? I'm blind. So, Christopher Nolan did a interview about the Odyssey that's coming out in July with Time magazine. Didn't even realise there was still a thing, to be quite honest with you, but there we go. Just showing that there. I'm not going to go through the actual whole thing because, well, it goes on quite a bit. Yeah, let's go into a couple things that's causing a little bit of backlash here. And let's get off the screen before I go blind. We're getting flashbanged on this side. So one of the first things we're going to address is this was a rumour for quite a while that was going around, and a lot of people were saying that it's not going to happen. It wouldn't make any sense. Then it got confirmed in the thing. We've got. I'm not even going to try and pronounce her name because I feel like if I do, I'm probably going to do the accent. And yeah, this actress is playing Helen of Troy. Just with the photos next to each other there, you know the point. You know the point that's coming here. Helen of Troy, the face that stole so many boats. A clear race swap with Helen of Troy, and the reason it's a race swap is because with the actual translation, the actual translation described her as white-armed translation here. So, not going to dive too deep into that because it is what it is. And the casting is a bit weird in this fucking movie. You got her as Helen of Troy. You got Ellen Page. And we don't know who she's playing. Yes, I am saying she. I don't give a shit. We don't know who she's supposed to be playing yet, but the rumors are she's going to be Hades. She's like a 2-foot fucking skinny ass man. It's not a man. There's some interesting choices here. So, the next thing that pops up is Christopher Nolan says Odyssey won't betray gods traditionally amid growing controversy over cast choices. So, a quote from Christopher Nolan: I became interested in the idea that to the people of that period, evidence of the gods was everywhere. Nolan explained, in the Bronze Age Greece, thunder, rain, and the sun rising didn't have scientific explanations. They represented the will of the immortals, the gods. The wonderful thing about cinema, and IMAX in particular, is that you can take an audience to a place of immersion, feeling close to the events of the storms, turbulent seas, high winds. You want the audience to be on the boat with them fearing the ocean, fearing the wrath of Poseidon. Well, that's a god, so don't know what point in making that one the way the characters do. That to me is a much more powerful individual image than you have of any god. So he's basically trying to say that in modern time it can be explained with science, so let's go down the route of just trying to show the storms, the seas, like immerse you into that side of it. That's fair enough. You can do that, but there still needs to be quite a big nods with the gods with ancient Greece because it's a very central part of it. Even if here, the gods will appear in some form, it needs to be quite a big form. We're talking about ancient Greece here. It's a massive thing with their mythology. Even if you're not a religious person, you can still respect why they believed in the things they did. And it's what makes a lot of it fun. Anyway, into the next thing, which is probably the most fucking retarded part of it. Christopher Nolan says that Odyssey can't have an orchestra because they didn't exist in ancient Greece. So yeah, this was a thing in the Time magazine again. Nolan reportedly instructed composer Ludwig I'm not going to try to pronounce it, not to use any orchestral music in the film score because it wouldn't be historically accurate. His name explained the reasoning bluntly. It's not the orchestra. It's not like the orchestra existed back then. Okay. Nor did iron armor. We're talking about Bronze Age Greece. There's reports that Travis Scott's in the movie because he thinks rap was poetic. So it's like modern day poetic, putting into the movie to bring it full circle, whatever. Rap didn't exist then. Cameras didn't exist. That means you can't record it. The Odyssey is going to be a kind of movie that needs to be a massive event. It needs to be very cinematic. If you're not got an orchestra, what are you doing in its place? This is where it gets really confusing. Has Nolan lost his way? At the moment, all we're getting is like, we're getting red flags left, right, and centre. And then you look at the couple of trailers we had, and they don't really. Let's watch the last trailer. So, this is the trailer that dropped the other day for the Odyssey. Let's give it a little cheeky watch. I don't know why I'm saying cheeky watch. Let's just give it a watch.
Tell me what you remember.
A wife?
Turn it down a little bit so it doesn't get flagged.
A son.
And then what?
We won the war. Help me go home.
This is a household waiting for master. I want you to choose me.
So I'm just going to stop it there for a second because I just want to make this point really quick. Like, it's got some of the bigger name celebrities in it, but we are very much in this time with celebrities where we don't really have many celebrities that can hold. We don't really have any like star factor celebrities. Then at the same time, they're all. It doesn't feel like they belong. They don't feel like they belong in this world. Like, if you look back at Troy, a lot of people didn't like Brad Pitt because he was like a pretty boy, so it looked a bit weird, but now everyone fucking loves it. Well, I think they do. I always thought that movie was good, but everyone felt like they fit in that movie. This just looks like... It just looks like Lunch Break at Hollywood. It's just a bit weird. Then you've got big names because you've got like Matt Damon and all that kind of stuff, but they're not like Matt Damon's big. He's got star quality behind him, but there's no big star. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I know what I'm trying to say in my head, but I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Celebrities aren't like they used to be, basically. It feels off. Like, you've got Tom Holland and things like that in it, and Robert Pattinson, and they feel like they've just been thrown in for the sake of being thrown in. It's really weird. Let's carry on anyway.
Ithaca's king is coming back.
No, he's not.
What would he do if he came back here and find all these suitors in his house?
You're pining for a daddy.
You see what I mean? It kind of feels like a parody of it. It doesn't feel serious. It just feels off with the actors and stuff. It might be fine when you actually sit down and watch it. It might just be hearing the trailers because you're used to these people being in other roles and stuff. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one.
You didn't even know. Like some sniveling bastard.
Who's looking after your wife and son?
Do you see?
My dad is coming home.
Bringing vengeance.
Bring it all.
Totally historically accurate, isn't it? This is where it's like he was picking and choosing what he wanted to be accurate and not. But okay.
I need everyone in this party dead. I can still save them.
You're a man who needs.
So it's like scenes like that where I'm guessing he was talking about, like here where the waves are coming over. So you've got the fear of being in a boat and you've got the waves crashing over you. And he wants to instill that environment, like you're there and you're fearing the sea rather than fearing the gods. But like I said before, this is ancient Greece. So you kind of got to still explain it in the story. Like the people in the scene are still fearing the gods. They feel like it's because the gods are punishing, because they feel like the gods are punishing them. Like we would look at it a totally different way. Back in ancient Greece, they would look at it as like they're getting punished from the gods. That's the way they needed to be betrayed. And if that's not the way they're going to do it, it's going to feel off. And it just ties in with the rest of it, where it just something doesn't feel right about it.
You're a man who needs to control his fate. But you cannot control this.
That world is gone.
No one could stand between me and home. Not even the gods.
Keep us free!
I think it's asleep.
So yeah, as I said, it's a weird one because on one side, I'm excited to see it. On the other side, these red flags keep coming up about it. So it kind of just makes you think, is this gonna flop? Which it won't. It's not gonna flop. This is Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan fans will bleed for the guy, for fuck's sake. They're probably the most loyal, weirdly obsessive kind of people out there. And rightly so. Nolan's done a lot of good movies. But with the casting, like you have things like this, and you have Ellen Page in this movie, which doesn't fit into any role. No matter what role she ends up into, it won't fit. These are choices. Nolan knows what he's doing here. The whole point, he's cast her to be Helena Troy. It was a conscious decision for reasons that we all know why. And that's all I'm going to say about that side of it. But when we're going back to the whole, he didn't want to do this because it didn't exist in ancient Greece, nor did them armors, nor did the mythical beasts, to be honest. They didn't actually exist. They're just mythology. But he's got, is it Travis Scott or whatever that fucking rapper person's name is? I ain't got any interest in any rap, so I don't know who they are. But we've got actors with very strong American accents in it, like Tom Holland, because he either seems to do a British accent, which he's British, so fair enough, or he does a strong like Brooklyn American accent. That's his two accents that are his go-to fucking things. But then you've got people like Zendaya as well here. Not quite sure who she was supposed to be playing. Avena, which is weird choice again. There's some actors and actresses that you do get a bit fed up. It feels like Zendaya's in everything at the moment. A little bit like Tom Holland as well. I'm quite surprised. Pedro Pascal's not in the fucking movie. Like a one-off. Wait, he's not in the movie, is he? I don't even want to go check. This is 100% one of these situations where you just shut the fuck up. Let the movie sell itself. There's going to be things that aren't accurate with the times. So why does the music matter? Like, there's talks of the music going to be electronically based and stuff like that, and it's just like, but how? Because that didn't exist in ancient Greece either. But alright, fair enough. Whatever. I think this is one of the situations where it's probably best just to ignore interviews and stuff going forward if you're excited for the movie. Otherwise, it might start putting you off. That's what these directors and actors and actresses are great at doing. Putting you off their projects. Even if it was like a nothing burger, they make it sound like it is, and it puts you off actually watching it in the first place. If Nolan is slowly losing his mind, stop doing interviews for a bit. Let your movie do talking. Like, it's gonna do great at the box office. It's a Nolan movie. It's the Odyssey story. It's gonna do great. Doubt it's gonna lose money. I think it had like a 250 million budget. So to get great profit back, it needs to probably hit the billion mark. And it probably will. But at the same time, this year seems to be quite heavy with movies, so there is that chance that it might not do as well as they want it to. It will do well, but it might be sandwiched between some other stuff that's going to do well too. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think Nolan's just being a fucking idiot at this stage? Do you agree the casting is a bit weird and the trailers give like a little bit of an off feel? Or is that just me being a fucking idiot? It might be me being retarded, to be fair. Like, it wouldn't be the first time. So, and if you give us a little cheeky like and follow, you know you want to. And until next time, bye-bye.